Hey, Pat Rigsby here, and I wanted to share some timeless marketing lessons in this episode, so let's get to it. Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners, so stay tuned. Whenever my family and I go on trips, during the summer, and I'm recording this during the summer, we take vacations and, I get to kind of shift away from the in the business stuff almost altogether. And there's a lot of observational time, a lot of time for me to just jot down notes on concepts, on strategy. And a lot of times, I'll be kind of jotting down lessons I've learned along the way, whether they're coming from other people, my own experiences. And during our most recent trip, I jotted down some marketing lessons that I thought would be really valuable to share with you. So the first is, when it comes to marketing and selling, the person that you're trying to speak to's self-interest always win out. They're going to choose the things that are best for them. And I mean, this seems like common sense, but so much of business is. A lot of times we spend our time trying to sell what we want to sell. We spend our time trying to get people to buy on the timeline that we want, or we want them, we would think it's best for our business if they train 3 days a week, but maybe 3 days a week doesn't fit into their life. Maybe 2 days a week does. So when you're marketing and selling, try to be hyper aware of who the person you're serving is and what their self-interests are, what they actually want. If you do, everything that you're going to put out there is going to be more successful. And next up, think about where your people want to go. This whole concept of like a hero's journey has become very popular in the marketing and selling world. But if you kind of shine your light on where they want to go and you serve as the guide, that's going to be far more attractive. If we think about where our people want to be and continue to show them that not only is that attainable, but it's likely if they allow us to guide them, that's going to be a really attractive way to market. Then one of the things that I think the last two lessons really reinforce for me is we need to select a single target market. We need to focus on somebody that we really know very, very well. Now, that doesn't mean you can't kind of rinse and repeat and figure out everything for one target market and then take that framework and transplant it to a new target market and do the same thing. But one at a time, I think, is the fastest path to success, because if you do, you get to know where it is that they're trying to go. You get to know what their self-interests are. You get to understand their desire, because a lot of marketing, everybody focuses, or maybe not everybody, a lot of people focus on demographics. They want to know, hey, this person is, they got a household income of X. They're a man, they're a woman, they are, employed in these fields. They have, this many kids. They do all the stuff. And honestly, I think highlighting desires in the marketing efforts that we put out there is a much surer way to find the person that we want. Because I think I can look at the neighborhoods I've lived in for the past 15 years, and demographically, I think they would check all the boxes for a lot of the people in our field. But, I don't know that on average, a lot of those neighbors were ever going to be great clients, right? They're probably not exactly what people want, because I don't think that income is really predictive of desire. So I think that, whereas if the desire is strong enough, people will find the money. And we can say that in almost every area of life. If the desire is strong enough, people on average will more often find a way than if somebody has the means. On average, they will, you know, line up with the desire you want them to have. The maybe the biggest lesson I could share with you here is a healthy business needs a predictable way to get new clients. And that may seem like the most simplistic thing on the planet, but if you don't have a couple systems that you can count on, that doesn't mean that they're going to work in a linear fashion. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the same amount of clients every month. But if you don't have a couple things that you know you can go to, then you don't have a healthy business. You've got a business that's kind of band-aided together. Because I mean, I remember people that were so dependent on like Groupon. And the minute Groupon lost its luster, the businesses dried up. Now, for me, I can give you an example. Like my simple, healthy way that, it's predictable for me to get new business is use a lead magnet to get people on an email list and then follow up with the kind of combination of emails that I send, where it's a content relationship email with a PS alternated with some offer emails. That is a very predictable way for me to get new business. Now, some weeks or months are going to be better than others, and sometimes that's dependent on the seasonality of things, and sometimes it's dependent on the offer. But it's predictable. It's been something that's worked for me for a decade and a half, and I have a feeling it's going to continue to work. So a healthy business needs a predictable way to get new clients. Now, when the marketing stuff happens, if we want to create this predictable way to get new clients, a simple way to approach this might be to create this journey map, if you will, of where your clients come on board and a predictable way that you can nurture people and follow up with them and intersperse offers until they become clients. And if you create this map, it's not going to be precise or nearly as successful as it has the potential to be in the beginning, because you're going to learn things and you're going to update the map along the way. But if you create this, a lot of times people will talk about a customer journey map. Well, we can create a prospect to client journey map, and I think you'd be amazed at how much benefit and value that would have for you to understand that this is actually a process, a journey for the person that you want to serve. Then the next thing I'd tell you when it comes to marketing, it is a lot of times people think of automation as technology, and I think that's just kind of a narrow, and maybe this is wordplay, right? But I think that the goal here isn't necessarily to automate things with technology or software all the time. The goal is to create a simple kind of systematic process that you can hand off some of the other parts that don't require you. So, my mentor and friend Dean Jackson talks about a barista being a kind of an example of automation, right? They have a system that they can follow, but the fun thing about that is they can customize based on the interest of the consumer. So if you create systems and empower people, but you also help them see that kind of customer journey map so they know what the outcome that we're looking for is, you can really do some cool things. And remember, I mean, you hiring a software like our automatic members is like hiring an employee, right? You're paying for software to do things that, it's just replacing somebody manually doing them the same way that you would with the self-checkout at Target or something, right? Next thing up, and this is another lesson I learned from Dean Jackson. And I don't even know if he intended it this way, but I know that my mentality is treat everybody, he calls them 5-star prospects. Treat everybody like a 5-star prospect until they give you a reason not to. Now, he has his criteria for what a 5-star prospect looks like. You can probably create yours. But for me, I just have this vision of who my ideal client is. And I don't expect that the people that I'm talking to at the prospect stage are already ideal clients. I think of them as people who are potential ideal clients. And this dates back to my time as being a college baseball coach, right? A senior in high school that I would have been recruiting, I didn't think of somebody as, hey, this person's going to bat third in our lineup or be our number one pitcher. I mean, they're 17 and our best players are usually 21, but do they have the potential to become that person? And if we treat everybody like a 5-star prospect until they give us a reason not to, then we're going to have that, that highly effective prospect journey map that we're talking about. And, and then the last thing I would tell you for lessons that I want to cover in this episode is don't think that you need to automate everything. Don't remove the soul of things, right? Like sometimes it's better to make sure that you stand out and don't make everything feel like it's just boilerplate text and not personalized to that person. Because understand that everybody that you're speaking with is the center of their own little universe, and we want to make them feel important and appreciated and valued, because a lot of times the prospects that you're talking to, that's one of the things that's missing for them. They don't feel important. They don't feel valued. They don't feel appreciated. So if you can do that, you already have a leg up on the competition. So just a few lessons that I thought, might be valuable to you. They're things that I jot down very regularly, notes, kind of like what I just shared, because I think it's important for me not only to go through that stuff and apply it to my business, but I want to teach my team, I want to teach my clients those same things, because everybody gets very caught up in tactical, right? Like, hey, I need a lead magnet, I need a funnel, I need this follow-up sequence, I need to text people. But I think of those as like frameworks. What do we put inside them? What do we, if it's boxes that we're coloring in, what are we coloring those boxes in with? And the stuff that I just shared today in this episode, that's really the stuff that helps me shape the way that I'm going to fill in my frameworks. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I have a quick announcement. When I first connect with a fitness business owner, they almost always ask me how they can grow, how they can accelerate their progress. Well, I have an exclusive offer for you, and it's going to help you do just that, to accelerate you building the business that you want to own, getting more clients, generating more revenue, increasing your income, improving your lifestyle. And as a listener of this show, you can test drive our ideal business accelerator coaching program for free. IBA is a one-of-a-kind program where you're going to get everything from done-for-you marketing tools and a level of coaching that's unmatched in our industry, to getting actual direction on how to build the business that you want, a blueprint from where you are to where you want to be, So you're going to be able to attract those clients that you want to work with. You're going to be able to increase your income. You're going to be able to improve your lifestyle. And all of that is going to be more readily accessible to you than you ever thought possible, because we're going to give you every tool, template, ads, script, everything that you need, plus over 10 weekly live video coaching sessions to help you with everything from dialing in your ads to mastering your mindset. All of this is stuff that you get when you join the Ideal Business Accelerator. And to help you succeed, I'm going to do something that really is kind of unmatched in our industry. I'm going to let you test drive IBA at zero cost. If it delivers for you in the way that I know that it will, it's going to more than pay for itself, and you're probably going to want to stay. But if not, no sweat. You're out nothing, and you have a library of proven tools and resources to keep and to help you going forward. To take advantage of this special offer, just email me at pat@patrigsby.com and put test drive in the subject line, and I'll get you all the details.